Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex and today we are comparing the Nike Zoom X Invincible with the Hoka One Mach 4, two very exciting releases of 2021, and I'm thrilled to be doing this shoe battle. If you're new here, don't hesitate and subscribe. I will be very happy to have you with me and with the rest of us in this fantastic adventure. Lots of other reviews and exciting stuff coming up, so make sure to subscribe and stay with us. All right, let's jump into the battle, compare these shoes in different specs they have, and see which one I prefer for each spec, each compartment, and then at the end decide who wins this shoe battle between the Nike Zoom X Invincible and the Hoka One Mach 4. Here we go. Let's start with the weight. 320 grams for the Invincible, 255 grams in my size US 11 EU 45 for the Hoka One Mach 4. It's a no-brainer. The Hoka One Mach 4 is way lighter compared to the Invincible. So in this daily trainer category, I mean, even if weight is not the primary spec that you'll be looking at, it's still important, and the Mach 4 gets the point. The upper, is it Nike's Flyknit, kind of Flyknit upper, or Hoka TPU mesh that wins? This one is lighter, a bit more stretchy. It allows for a roomier fit, whereas the Nike upper is thicker, a bit more built, or even overbuilt, we can say. The tongue is very much padded, whereas the Hoka tongue is thinner, and but it still wraps quite nicely around the foot. So it depends on the type of upper you're looking for. This one will be more breathable, this one a bit more, reassuring and comfortable with that extra layer of material. I'm leaning towards the Hoka upper, also because it's a bit, as I said, it allows for a roomier fit, and if you have feet with a bit more volume, the Hoka may do the job a bit better for me. Two different tongues. On the Invincible you have a fully gusseted tongue, whereas on the Hoka One Mach 4 it's a half gusseted tongue. I prefer the tongue of the Hoka Mach 4. Laces, I'm not a big fan of the Hoka laces. They're too thin and too long. I prefer the Nike Zoom X Invincible laces. They're not amazing by any means, but they're better than the Hoka laces. Heel counters, this one is a bit softer, more padded. It also has a bit more give to it here in the middle, whereas the Mach 4 heel counter is a bit harder. The comfort is very good on both. This one goes a bit higher and wraps more the Achilles, whereas on the Invincible the heel counter is a bit more forgiving and a bit more cushioned, I would say. If I had to pick one, I would go for the Mach 4 heel counter. It works better for me. At least it feels a bit more streamlined, and that wrapping around the Achilles is quite enjoyable, I must say. Okay, the midsoles. On the Invincible you have tons of Zoom X foam. I mentioned it many times in my review video, but that's the big feature of this shoe. Here you have the ProFly midsole. The Zoom X is more foamy, more cushioned, more bouncy, but the ProFly isn't bad at all, and in fact the ride of this shoe is very nice and very interesting too. So I mean, I will say that I go for the Zoom X, but yeah, the ProFly isn't that far behind, so close call here. Outsole. On the Invincible you have that rubber outsole with many little lugs, very good traction, very good durability. But it's thick for a rubber outsole that goes on a very thick midsole. But compared to the Hoka Mach 4 outsole, that's the second yellow color here beneath the Profly midsole. It's thinner on the Invincible. So when it comes to the combination of midsole outsole, I'm going for the Mach 4, but standalone midsole and standalone outsole, probably, so ZoomX for the standalone midsole, and I would say that the Mach 4 outsole, this EVA rubberized outsole, is probably better in some way than the rubber on the Invincible. So I would say for runners looking for stability, I would more go for the Mach 4, although it's not a stability shoe by any means, but this is not an unstable shoe, so I would try both. No points here, it's a draw, I would say. Now, heel lockdown. Here you have way more material and here way more cushion around the heel. A bit less on the Mach 4. And overall, I would say that the heel lockdown was one of my drawbacks for the Mach 4. So the point goes for the Invincible on the heel lockdown. Although it's clearly overbuilt, and I can clearly foresee in a second iteration that the Invincible will have less of that extra cushion everywhere, and in particular around the heel. Now, one of the most important part, the ride of these shoes. Here you have a very bouncy, very responsive, very cushioned ride. A ride that I really enjoy and that is quite innovative in some way. The Hoka is a more traditional ride. You have a bit more of that rocker effect, a very nice toe off. The combination of the Profly midsole and the EVA rubberized outsole works very well and is more versatile than the Invincible. It's also a firmer ride, but not firm in the hard sense. Firm in the sense that the shoe adapts quite well to different paces, and it sort of changes. It doesn't change, but it kind of, you feel as if it was changing between the different paces and use that you can have of this shoe. So, very hard call for the ride, because the Invincible ride is stunning for me. But I will go with the Mach 4 simply because it's more versatile and you can do many more things with it compared to the Invincible. Two features that matter a bit less, but still, let's give points for that. Design. I'm a big fan of the colorway and overall design of the Mach 4, so the point goes to the Mach 4. The Invincible is a bit too clunky and doesn't have a very appealing design to it. The ride is fantastic. I very like this shoe, but yeah, I mean the design isn't the biggest highlight of this shoe. Price points, another very important feature, and probably where those two shoes can get very easily separated. 140 euros or $130, 180 euros and dollars. The Mach 4 is a clear winner in terms of price point, price tag. So Mach 4 for the price. Okay, and overall, which shoe do I prefer? It's very difficult. I mean, these two shoes for me can literally stay with me for the whole 2021 and be in my rotation. I can really see how I'm gonna use both. I really enjoy them. The Invincible is more innovative and has something special to it. Now the Mach 4 is more traditional, but it's very well made, and for the 140 euro price point, I would lean slightly towards the Mach 4. Very different shoes, very different daily trainers. Is the Mach 4 really a daily trainer? Not so sure, but I mean, it's called a daily trainer and that's how most people will use it. But it's so versatile that you could really say it's a tempo shoe, or you know, like a shoe that can do everything. Really, yeah. I mean, my preference goes for the Mach 4, but I cannot tell you in which shoe I will run more in 2021. At the end, maybe the Invincible will have more miles to it, and I will less use the Mach 4. I have no idea. We shall see. So here we are, guys. Let's wrap up. Two fantastic shoes. I hope this review and comparison will be helpful for you to decide which one to purchase, or to purchase the other one if you already have one. Do not hesitate, subscribe, leave a comment, like the video. and maybe you can suggest which review or shoe battle you want me to do next time in the next video. In the meantime, have a good run today, a good ride, a good swim, whatever sport you will be doing, and most importantly, take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.